Alright, what's up my friends? Welcome to another Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. What a week, 2 weeks it's been. I'm still very sick, unfortunately, from the Pro Tour. And not just because of how I did either. And check out, of course, my article from last Friday where I go over my entire Pro Tour experience and how it went. It was the best times, it was the worst times. Undefeated on day one. Basically defeated on day two. Got super sick on day two. And been sick ever since, unfortunately, but the show must go on, and we are here with a brand new set because WotC don't stop, and it is a new set called Aftermath. It's like 50 cards-ish, and it's a pretty important new card in Ob Nixilis. The big theme of the set is that there are desparked planeswalkers, draw legendary creatures, Ob Nixilis being one of them, and this brings to the format a new infinite combo. Ob Nixilis is a 4/3 flying trample for 4, which is obviously fine. Whenever one or more opponents each loses exactly one life, you put a counter on it, exile the top card of your library, you can play that card this turn. Now, that's fine. It's all well and good. You know, it's definitely not better than Sheoldred on rate, but still a pretty good card. There are plenty of incidental ways to deal 1 damage in the Rakdos decks. But what's exciting is how it works with the card All Be One. So All Be One says whenever you put a counter on a permanent, it deals that much damage. So if you put 1 counter on Ob Nixilis, you deal 1 damage to your opponent, which will put 1 counter on Ob Nixilis, which will deal 1 damage to your opponent, which will put 1 counter on Ob Nixilis, and so on and so forth. So really, really easy 2-card combo here. It's a 2.5 card combo because you need to find some way to deal the extra 1 point of damage. But there's plenty of ways to do that already in Rakdos. Trespasser being a super easy one, just an attack. Oni-Cult Anvil, still legal and standard. A good way to do that as well. Invasion of Azgol works with All Be One and Ob Nixilis super well anyway. Voldaren Epicure. And then the real draw here is that you're just playing a bunch of really good cards anyway. Fable the Mirror Breaker, Bloodtithe Harvester, you get the idea. Invasion's a good card by itself and also good in the deck, so that's pretty cool. So we're going to play a few games. We'll see how many games I can get in. Obviously, I'm not feeling super well. But yeah, brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. Love y'all. Come to Orlando. Hopefully I'll be feeling better by then.
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
Alright, let's go first. Oh no. So you have 1 copy of Blast Zone because it's a easy way to re-trigger All Be One over and over again, which is kind of cool, but mana here not really working, so we're going to mulligan into Double Swamp. I think our desk can get us there probably. Let's ship the Anvil. Let's try and draw a red source if we can. We did it. Alright, so we'll just curve Harvester into Fable here. Can't really use the Anvil yet, so hand ends up being pretty good. Snap cut down, no problem. Blade of the Oni. Interesting. Little menace or reconfigure action. Can't go for the throw with that one. And a Trespasser. Alright, so we get to get our Anvil on and go try and find our combo cards, but just discard the go for the throw of the Anvil. It could have a Sheoldred in hand, but I think I want to dig for my stuff. Discard these two and draw Epicure and another Fable. We could desk, but what are we trying? We could like Anvil desk, make a token, get the Anvil thing going, or just play another Fable. We are at 14. Let's play another Fable. Can double block the Trespasser if they want to get frisky. Yeah, Obviously, we get blown up by our removal spell here, but can't really do too much else, so... Alright, so they kill our goblins. We're down to 10. They have Bank Busters. A pretty good draw for our opponent here. We draw a Go for the Throat. We have 1 red. Nothing here. I really want to go for the Throat, honestly. Let's discard Epicure, go for the Throat, try and find our combo pieces. We draw Cliffs and an Nixilis. It's pretty cool. Alright, so let's just Anvil, sack the desk, and get a token and try and get our game on here a little bit. And we're going to make a 1/1, and we're going to reveal All Be One or Fable. The problem is we need to play this card next turn. I don't have mana to cast All Be One, so let's choose Fable here. Let's play this. Already gotten our tokens, so we'll just say go. We are dying. We are at 9, unfortunately. Pretty awkward hand. They're just coming in. Look at this. Alright, we're just gonna block and sack. So, take 2. That's pretty bad. And draw a Harvester. Alright. I mean, we're not like quite dead yet. Let's say go. Kind of an awkward hand this game. They just kind of did their thing. It's a standard staple lately that every 2-drop has 3 powers, so you just die really, really fast if you can't kill it. And there's old Shelly. That should probably wrap things up here for us. Right, let's go next one. Alright, so yeah, I mean, just a pretty good draw from a slightly weird mono black deck. I don't really think we want Duress. I don't want to change much, honestly. Just gonna run it back, I think. Duress is, like, okay, but not great. And just run it back. Alright, let's try it again. Ugh, killer hands. Alright, sure. We'll keep this. Get the old Epicure going. Epicure into Anvil's not too bad. A Bald Sleeper, sure. Another Anvil. Need to find some lands here, but we can always play the Epicure and discard to a blood next turn if we don't draw a land. No evolution of a sleeper. No land. Come on, opponent. What are we doing here? What are we doing? We draw a land. I'm just going to Epicure Anvil, though, I think. Like, I mean, yeah. Question is, we're going to sack the blood or sack the token? So sack the blood. No meat massacre in this format. You're up. I'm not sure how you keep a one-lander in this format, but appreciate you all bearing with me while I'm sick here, folks. Do appreciate it. Alright, so complete non-game magic. Opponent just keeps 1 land for some reason. Don't know why. Okay. And is fine. Needs a land or two, but we have Blood and Fable, and we're in the draw, so... Draw a land must be nice. Cut down Timing Tell. I don't want to cut down my Epicure. They're gonna bust. Alright, keep the old ball rolling. Obviously, we don't need the combo to win. There's plenty of just, you know, good Rakdos stuff happening here. Chip shot damage and so on. Here's a Flesh Scourger. That's interesting. Card quality is high. Alright, so... I'd like to try and get all we want in play. Ideally, we get some play first, then play Ob and just win the game, but that's, you know, the thing. Obviously, they have Invoke Despair to kill the all we want. We need to keep our Fable alive. That's a new card. A Yar's Oathsworn, 2 mana for a 2/2 menace. Does combat damage to a player. If it has fewer than 4 counters on it, put a counter on it. It was exactly 4 counters. Demonic Tutor. It's kind of cool. Cut down 4 goblins. So we're going to discard Harvester Epicure here, I think. Just trying to keep our Obs and cast Ob this turn and next turn. Discard those 2. We don't draw a land. That's a huge tilt. Like a mega tilt. That's really bad. Definitely need to draw a land there. Okay. Let's keep chipping away. I'm going to exile an Epicure. Yeah, we really needed a land there, I'm not gonna lie. Let's say go. We've got our combo in hand. The pieces in play. Here's land number 5. Still have a full buster here too. Huh. Somewhat odd attack, honestly. Take those trades all day. Goes to night, we draw a land. Right. So let's attack. No, I'll play this first. I mean, that's might have a go for the throw here, but we have 2 copies, so let's try and do this. Let's attack. We're gonna exile exactly 1 creature, so we don't only do 1 damage. And trigger Ob. And then deal with damage again. And then trigger Ob again. These cards go away, but we're still growing our Ob. It's now a nice 6/5 flyer. And if they don't kill this and we draw a land, they're dead. And if they don't kill it, they're just dead anyway. And if they do kill it, we still have a flip Fable, and yeah, they're dead. I'll get to combo them. Please draw a land. 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 Yes. Thank you. All will be one. Don't concede. I'm trying to record a video here. I only have so much in me for like a game or two, so the combo. So, ETBs deal 1. Ob gets a counter, which triggers this, which deals 1. Ob gets a counter, which triggers all be 1. Yeah, you get the idea. You get the idea. Sick, and I still got it. On the play. 2, 3, 4. Easy game. Sure. I mean, like, they could have cut down here, but I think playing the Anvil, not much to do with it. It's not too ideal, so... Looks like they do have cut down instead. It's okay, though. Got the good curve out. And they bust in. Them playing Buster makes us want to play a little more aggressively. I'm actually gonna leave the creature in the graveyard, I think, for future odd Nixilising. This Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Obviously we play Ob and they kill it. It's pretty bad for us, but whatever. Let's stack. And let's eat the Harvester, grow the Ob. Can't play the card, but it still grows it. So, ideally it lives. If not, we have Takenuma, I guess, to bring it back. We have Anvil and Epicure and stuff. If they don't kill it, we get a bunch of draws and like turn triggers, so... Damn it. Stinks, but whatever. They get a Goblin going, they get a Bank Buster going. They have their own Trespasser to eat the Ob. That sucks. Okay. That's scrappy, but sure. Draw our own, go for the throat. Unfortunately, they are miles ahead on resources this game because they have both a Fable and a Buster, and we don't. So, this is going to be a rather challenging game to win, I think. We probably want to just blood. And we just blood the Epicure away. Just not, like, particularly useful. Still got our token off Anvil anyway. Draw another Trespasser. Can't attack into the Buster. Alright. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely not very good for us. Again, they have two engine pieces and we don't. We have our own engine, but not really as good as Buster is. I think we're just going to offer a trade here. I'm sorry, maybe just block the Goblin. Actually, never mind. Alright, block the Goblin. See what they have. Wanted to do with this treasure. Could be a Chandra, maybe. It's another Fable. Makes me a little curious why they were so eager to throw that Goblin away, but I guess we'll kill the Reflection. They have one card left, but they have a full Bank Buster. Draw a land. It's no good. They don't have an active Buster. Saw right through me. Yeah, so we're obviously gonna do that anyway, so we don't mind attacking. Give this chance to unblock. 14. And yeah, unfortunately the Buster and two Fables against our zero Buster. We're not playing Buster with zero Fables is gonna make this game a little resource slanted in their favor. They discard one card. Yeah, that's not it's not too good for us. Here comes the old Trespasser. I feel like we basically have to trade here at 11 life, so obviously trading when you're down on cards is not a great place to be, but there's our buddy. That was a pretty good draw. Alright, so there's Ob. Now I get to attack and trigger the Ob, hopefully. No go for the throat is very ideal for us. Nice. We get a... That was pretty good too, actually. Are you telling me there's a chance here? Are you telling me there's a chance? So we have to go land invasion. Eat the goblin. Trigger Ob again. They're going to be at 9, and I have 9 power in play. The Anvil can sack itself too next turn if I need to just draw a card up, maybe make it bigger. Oh, they're Desperation drawing too? Oh my god. And a Fable. Is the Kingpin going to steal a game here? You work for me now. Do I go for the throat? I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to stack the Anvil. Make a token, deal 1, trigger Ob. They're dead if I don't have anything, so here's a desk. Let's get the trigger from the Trespasser too. Looks like they're dead. What a steal. A little fortunate there. They had basically everything rolled up, and they just kind of bricked for a turn or two. But that was super sweet. As far as sideboarding goes, I don't think we sideboard much. Like, a lot of our sideboard isn't really built for... I mean, we can bring like a few Duresses, I guess. I'm not sure what we cut, though, honestly. We cut like an Epicure or two. Epicure's a little on the weaker side. In like a more mid-rangey, grindy matchup. We could shave an All-Be-1 too, I guess. It is pretty rough against Invoke Despair. Yeah, let's just do this. This is fine. Sure. That's about as good as it gets. Ugh, never mind. They duress me first. So rude. At least mine's nicer than theirs is, you know? Keep my duress, sure. Alright, we'll just curve it out. Just get them that way. Alright, I mean, Buster's obviously a very good card, but if we're just going to be curving out and killing them, that doesn't seem as bad for us. Just don't really have time to draw the cards, hopefully. They're dead in 2 turns, in theory. Excellent. Alright, so here's Trespasser. We're probably just going to sack the Harvester and kill it. Yeah. We'll just discard the card, kill it, attack for a bunch, play a land, play All-Be-1 next turn. They can crew, I guess. That's true. Then I can't attack. I can't attack anyway, then. Ew, that's awkward. Let's play land as I go, I guess. Buster being like so good on defense is really annoying. Just like randomly knocks out for 4. Goes to Knight. We have our own 4/4s now. Ugh. We could just blood away the All-Be-1. Just try and draw a creature, I think. Yeah. Gonna lose it anyway, obviously. Let's try and blank their Duress if we can. Sure. Good job blanking the Duress, Jim. Well done. Excellent work. Alright, you probably need to draw a spell here at some point. Just gonna blood again. Can offer to trade gluttons here. Trading in the face of Buster is not ideal, but we have another one, so... Alright, I mean, you're 11. Blood this land, end step, and just say go. Goes to day. We're pretty wide. They don't have anything on the board right now, so... That's a good sign. Sometimes you just lay the beats, folks. What is in this 5-card hands of theirs? Nothing, you say? Alright. Let's try and push the issue here. We're going to Knight also. Okay. That's kind of a tilt, but sure. Obviously, prefer to have an artifact in play. Let's hold this Blast Zone and say go. We could like add counters to it, but if we draw all we want, we can play it and get a shot off of it, or just discard it to a Blood or Fable. So, kind of on the edge here. I mean, they're at 6. You have an Anvil in play, which can do some nickel and dime damage too. Another Buster draw. Still 5 cards in end. Okay, so, they have a Buster to block with. They block the Harvester, take 2, go to 4, play Anvil, sack Anvil. They go to 3, sack a token, they go to 2, untap, sack 1. That's a little too much, I think. Don't think it's worth it to throw away a Harvester for 2 damage, so... Play Anvil. I'm going to sack one of the Anvils, because I have no artifacts at present. I think I wanted to get the ball rolling. It's kind of a tough call, honestly. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm going to sack one of these. Alright, so 2 tokens, deal 1, say go. Could also play Blast at this point, maybe pump it up to 2 and like kill the Busters next turn, so... You know what, actually maybe I should, that kills this too. If I attack, they go to 3. Is it worth it to throw away Harvester for 2 damage? I think it is, actually. Obviously I shouldn't have played the Blast Zone first, but... Also means they can't draw end step. Can't draw, summoning sick. Alright, so we have 4 1/1s in play and an Anvil. Can pump the Blast Zone up to 2. Chandra Hope's Beacon. That's a little scary.
No more watching. It's time to do something.
Kill both my artifacts. It's kind of not cool.
When I say burn, you burn.
They're at 3. Draw a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Fable's pretty good. I mean, they're so close to dying. If we attack up both of these, they go to 2. And then they're effectively at 1. This is going to make an artifact, but they can just kill it Chandra again. Obviously, they have an Invoke Despair in their hand. It's not very good for us, but we're still alive, I guess. Alright, I'm just going to attack. Actually, it's funny. If they go to crew, we just win. Yeah, they're going to go for the throw. Because if they go to crew, we, oh wow, that's pretty sick. We would have sacked the Anvil and Blast Zoned, and they would have no blockers. But they have Go for the Throat here, which is pretty awkward. So they get to double Go for the Throat. It's funny, I think they punted, actually, because if they went to crew, I would have tried to blow the Blast Zone and kill them, and they would have blown me out. So I think that was a little short-sighted on their part, but... Chandra's a pretty powerful Planeswalker. Exile top 5, hit Duress and nothing else. It's good for us. Okay. 3 life, huh? Just 3 life. So we're going to soul transfer. They can't choose the other mode when you copy it, though, so they can't Brace Dead. Play a Harvester, sure. We could pop Blast Zone on 2 here. It would kill Harvester, both Bank Busters. It would kill my Anvil, though. I don't think I want to do that. Untap, draw land, discard the land, draw a spell, hopefully. What is going on here? On it. Come on. That actually like sort of plays, honestly. That might like cheese a win out of them, honestly. So we just like sack the Anvil, and then we'll Blast Zone and kill their stuff, and just try and like cheese them out this next turn. I think that's a good idea. All right, let's do that. So sack this. Down to 2. Kills all 3 of these. Pretty good, honestly. And then we just say go. And I mean, like, obviously Chandra can't deal with this. Invoke Despair, whatever can get this. They mill 5 lands. God, you'd love to see it. Little sick day luck here. Going to arrest me? Oh, well, now they see it's. Now I see it's there, but I don't think they can really do anything about it, honestly. Unless they have some creatures. Desperation Blood. Bloodtithe Harvester. And let me just minus this and kill both of these. Attack with everything. Trade. Lose 1. Put them to 1. I mean, them being at 1 is pretty good for us, because then we draw an Invasion or an Anvil or a Trespasser, they just die. I think putting them to 1 is the place to be. So we just Sokenzan, attack with all 3, get the 1 in, trade off. They'll kill 2 things, and we'll just try and draw one of our like 10 cards to deal 1 damage. Alright, you're a 1. Let's see if we can't finish him off. So we're drawing to Desk as a redraw, Harvest as a redraw. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 cards that win the game on the spot out of our 39 card deck. So like 4 to 1-ish. 10. 15. Like 20%-ish to win. They just stacked the Harvester to kill my thing. Why did they use Chandra? Oh, did they plus Chandra again? They plus Chandra again. Light up the night. Alright. It's dead. Oh, it's Lightning Helix. Oh my god. Alright. Sick day complete. 2 other video, no problem. There you go. Alright, so that's about all I got in me, unfortunately. So it's just going to play with 2 matches. But definitely interesting. I'm honestly very surprised they would let this like really obvious 2-card combo go. The question, of course, is like, is this better than regular Rakdos? I don't know, honestly. Obviously, Rakdos was the best deck at the Pro Tour. You know, is just playing Ob Nixilis and all Obi-Wan better than playing Invoke Despair and Sheoldred? Time will tell, I suppose. But it is a fairly easy to pull off infinite combo and definitely needs to be respected. It doesn't require that much as far as deck building goes. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, all right? Thanks for watching, folks. Appreciate it. Hopefully I'll feel better next week. Have a good one.